after the roll and the pledge.
Are we live?
We are. Excellent. All right. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call, at this time I'd like to call this Town Council regular session for May 21st, 2025 to order. And we will begin, as always, with the Pledge of Allegiance. Councilor Blackstone, could I trouble you to lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilor Blackstone. Okay, and roll call. Councilor Dornblatt is here. Councilor White is excused this evening, and everyone else is present, so thank you very much. At this time, I would accept a motion to seal the minutes from the non-public session indefinitely because it is determined that the divulgence of this information likely would render the proposed action ineffective.
I will make the motion.
Thank you, Councilor Ward. Do I have a second?
I will second.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Councilor Dornblatt. Wendy, if you could call the roll, please.
Councilor Blaisberg?
Aye.
Councilor Martinez?
Aye.
Councilor Dornblatt?
Aye.
Councilor Blackstone?
Aye.
Councilor Ward?
Aye.
Councilor Connolly?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay. Next item on our agenda is public forum. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak this evening? Seeing none, I will close public forum at 7:03. All right. Next item on the agenda is to consider acceptance of minutes. We have two sets of minutes, one from the non-public meeting of May 7th and one from the regular town council session of May 7th. So at this time, I would accept a motion to approve the May 7th, 2025 non-public meeting minutes.
I will make the motion.
Thank you, Councilor Ward. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Glazebrook. Any discussion about whether or not to accept those minutes? Seeing none, if you could call the roll.
Councilor Blaisberg?
Aye.
Councilor Martinez?
Aye.
Councilor Dornblatt?
Aye.
Councilor Blackstone?
Aye.
Councilor Ward?
Aye.
Councilor Connolly?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. And the next set of minutes are the regular town council minutes for May 7, 2025. And at this time, I would accept a motion to approve those minutes.
I will make the motion.
Thank you, Councilor Ward. Do I have a second?
I will second.
Thank you, Councilor Lamatina. Any discussion or changes? Okay, seeing none, if you could call the roll, please.
Councilor Blaisberg?
Aye.
Councilor Martinez?
Aye.
Councilor Dornblatt?
Aye.
Councilor Blackstone?
Aye.
Councilor Ward?
Aye.
Councilor Connolly?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. Ooh, we are moving right along. Okay, and the next item on the agenda is consideration of nominations, appointments, elections, and resignations. And this evening we have one, and that is Geraldine, boy, I hope that I get this right, Geraldine Bresnahan to the Arts, application to appointment to the Arts, Culture, and Tourism Commission with term expiration of April 2027. And at this time, I would accept a motion to approve that appointment.
I will make the motion.
Thank you, Councilor Ward. Do I have a second?
Second.
Goodness. Thank you, Councilor Dornblatt. Any discussion on Ms. Bresnahan's application? Councilor Lamatina.
Yeah, I know Jerry. I think she'll be an excellent person for the arts and tourism. She's just a wonderful person and very talented, very creative type of a person.
Thank you. Any other comments and discussion? I appreciated that Ms. Bresnahan was previously a member of the Seacoast Arts Association. I'm delighted that that she has an interest in serving, and I'm happy to support this appointment. If there are no other discussion, if you could call the roll, please.
Councilor Blaisberg?
Aye.
Councilor Martinez?
Aye.
Councilor Dornblatt?
Aye.
Councilor Blackstone?
Aye.
Councilor Ward?
Aye.
Councilor Connolly?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. Okay, and the next item on the agenda is the report of the town manager. And for this, I will turn it over to you, Mr.
Thank you.
Chapman.
Okay, first up, the FY '25 expense and revenue report. April completes 83% of the fiscal year. The operating budget is 79% spent, slightly higher than the previous fiscal year, but lower than anticipated. General fund spending is currently at 72% of the budget, or $7.48 million, compared to 69% at the same time last year. The increase is mainly due to higher than expected costs for part-time fire salaries, roadway construction, and fire equipment maintenance. The vehicle budget is already 96% spent, up from 63% last year, driven by several overages in maintenance lines. The total operating spend was at 74% versus 72% in the prior year, and this modest increase reflects small upticks in various departments, including library, which that uptick for them was due to healthcare plan changes, and then recreation and solid waste. The revenues are on target. We have currently collected 99% of the anticipated revenue for the fiscal year, and we've seen motor vehicle registrations rebound with 92% of our anticipated revenues collected compared to 84% this time last year. And this is approximately 130,000 in addition to what we were anticipating. Building permits have also rebounded with 127% of anticipated revenues collected in that area. Next, there was a Charter Commission election, as you're aware, and the special Charter Commission election was held on the 13th. 9 members were elected, and they are Tony Weinstein, Phil Nazaro, Christopher Hawkins, Daniel Smith, Russell Simon, Alvin Zink, John Bentley, Patrick Reynolds, and Scott Blackstone. The next step will be on May 27th. The town clerk will convene an organizational meeting, and they will elect officers and determine the schedule for the meetings, future meetings. By law, they must have a public hearing by June 10th, accepting input on the current charter. And then the statutory timeline is as follows. I already told you about the May 13th and 19th meetings, and the 27th one. Then after that, there's one for the 31st, which is when they have to publish the notice of the public hearing that will be upcoming. Then they'll hold that hearing on the 10th of June. Then there is a preliminary report that will be due on October 30th, and then the final report is due on the 30th of December, and then finally voting will be on March 10th. Next thing is the Timberland Boot. Steve wanted to make mention of to update you on the special project recognizing an important piece of Newmarket's history. As you know, Timberland got its start right here in Newmarket. The Abington Shoe Company, based in town, launched the original Timberland 8-inch boot in 1973. I remember this. To commemorate this, we're moving forward with the installation of a commemorative Timberland boot sculpture, and have received the first part of the sculpture, which is the boot itself. And you probably saw this in your report that was provided. I saw it the other day. It was sitting on his desk. It's pretty neat. The installation will include a larger-than-life size 16 replica of the classic boot and a plaque acknowledging the Timberland's origins in Newmarket. This will be placed near the mill where they were originally made. The project celebrates Newmarket's contribution to an internationally recognized brand while highlighting the town's proud manufacturing history. And Steve will keep the council informed as we recognize the installation timeline and coordinate any public unveiling or media outreach. And that concludes the town manager's report.
Okay. Any questions regarding the report this evening? Okay. Thank you very much. Any discussion or comments or questions about this month's department reports? No, Counselor Blackstone.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I was delighted to see the new hires in the police department, that clearly the salary increase that we was able to put before the people of Newmarket who supported it is working, I would guess, because now we appear to be fully staffed, which is terrific.
Yeah. Agreed. Thank you, Counselor Blackstone. And any other comments on the department reports? The only ones I just wanted to hit, I usually talk a little bit about the police and safety. I just wanted to mention how pleased I was by some of the programs that are coming up in the library, all the different things that folks are doing, all the groups, the like cross-generational kind of like chess club. There's just like a lot of really cool stuff. So thanks so much to the library folks, and also to the Rec Connect. I know that probably this spring has been a little bit of a challenge for the rec department. The fields are not particularly usable right now, but just appreciate their efforts as well, and looking forward to some of the things coming up on both of those, library and the rec, over the summer. Any other comments on the department reports before we move on? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to committee reports. Are there any committee reports this evening? Oh, Counselor Ward.
The Newmarket 300th met on the 14th. We met with the representative of Tiger Number 1. The fire truck, you all know, is over there. They have their own team that takes Tiger Number 1 out and, shows how he works. Apparently, firefighters were on the hose, but you had to get townspeople to come and actually pump the thing, and you required a full crowd of people to pump the thing. In Tiger Number 1, and you're not supposed to put your face over the bar. We saw a video. We have 15 to 20 essays left to finish up the book that we're writing for and 300th. The website is up, and Float on Memorial Day Parade has been confirmed. And all right, next is the Budget Committee, which met on the 19th. We had presentations from the town and school, fiscal year 25. I won't go too much. I won't really cover the town because we covered it here. The school has a surplus or its allowed limit, and will use it in excess in a spend down plan to enhance food services in the school, which includes a water bottle filling station, a fruit and vegetable station, etc. And Superintendent Todd Allen also brought us to attention two bills that are going through, or a couple bills that are going through. One is HB 771, and the second is SB 101, which would make all schools in New Hampshire open enrollment, which could have a very dramatic impact on our budget. Simply put, any student in any town could choose to go to any other school, and then whatever town they live in would then have to pay for them to go to the other school. So, for example, if Newmarket, all those kids from surrounding towns came here, great for us, we get money. If all the kids in Newmarket decide to go to Oyster River or something, we're now paying for them to go to Oyster River, and it makes it really hard for our schools to actually budget and plan for how many students they're going to have, how many teachers they're going to need. Superintendent Allen was very worried about it, and he and the school are greatly opposed to it. I would recommend people to look it up. Again, it's HB 771 and SB 101. Also, there is a state law considering putting a tax cap on schools, which we're against, or the school system is against, because they think the local municipality and school districts can figure out best what tax cap belongs to them, not people in Concord. And yeah, that is it for me.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Ward. Any questions for Councilor Ward on either of those? Okay. Any other committee reports? Councilor Dornbler.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
The Public Transportation Advisory Committee met last Wednesday on the 14th. And we had a good conversation about, a further conversation about the typology of Newmarket streets, and we decided to work toward a complete streets policy. If you're interested, I'd be happy to share more about what a complete streets policy entails, or might entail. And we decided, in order to keep our various conversations going on a regular basis, to focus on public transportation, road typology, parking infrastructure, and signing and wayfinding as standing agenda items for the foreseeable future, until we have made some significant progress, which is sometimes hard to come by because things take a while to work their way through the system, so to speak. It's also another opportunity to mention that I had previously offered that funding for Coast Route 7 on demand was in jeopardy, and we have funding going forward as the current funding stream runs out, provided nothing untoward happens in Washington in the meantime. Service should be able to continue as it is, although the committee is intending to to seek an opportunity with Coast to make some changes to the way the service is provided, and to open up the use of the service to more people in the town, which is currently restricted to a corridor around the old fixed route number 7, which hasn't existed in a number of years. And we're looking to include more of the senior residences in town to be able to request service through Route 7 on demand. That's it.
Thank you, Councilor Dornblatt. Questions for Councilor Dornblatt? Okay. Other committee reports? Councilor
Just
Blake?
one. I had mentioned a few times that the proposal for the mural project on the library trustees have unanimously voted it down, so that it will not be moving forward.
Thank you very much. And other committee reports? Okay. Seeing none, we will move on to resolutions and ordinances in the second reading, and this evening there is one. And so at this time, I would accept a motion to approve Resolution 2024-2025-40, designation of authority for clean water and drinking water state revolving loans.
I will make the motion.
Thank you, Councilor Ward. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Dornblatt. And Director Greg, you're going to talk to us. Yeah?
Thanks for having me tonight. This is for more of administrative. When we do get loans and grants through the state revolving loan program, which is for drinking water, wastewater, and also stormwater, we have to do applications, and part of those applications we need a designation of authority. And what the designation of authority is the person that can sign for loans and apply for disbursement requests. And there's deadlines that go with that. And as part of that, what we usually do is have the town manager be the designation of authority. What I'm asking for tonight is you to give a blanket designation of authority to the town manager, so that when applications are due, which we have some due now, we can go ahead and process and get those applications in. It doesn't have any effect on the purse for the town, because we'll still have to, when we hire somebody to do the projects, I would be coming to the town council for approval. So no money would be moving until the town council authorizes it. And that's what this is all about.
Okay. Thank you very much. Questions for the director? Councilor Dornblatt.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So this is, if I understand this correctly, to essentially streamline the process a little bit and allow us to not have to take this vote every time that an application goes
Yes,
through.
and sometimes we're against the wall because of that timeline.
Yeah.
So when you guys approve it, we only have like a day or two to get everything in. Because once you approve it, then I have to go and fill out a form and get it certified to say that I witnessed it all. And then he can sign it, and then it goes off. So there's other work that has to be done once you approve his designation of authority.
Counselor Ward?
Let's try and make your life easier today.
Any other questions for the director? Okay. Any discussion or comments from the counselors on this resolution? Okay. Counselor Dornbler.
Oh, thank you. I think this makes a heck of a lot of sense, and I'm surprised that we haven't done this previously. So I would suggest we all approve this.
Okay. I would agree. I think as long as it's as long as we're granting this designated authorized representative, but I think to Director Greed's point, money's not moving. It still comes to the council. So that feels like a prudent way to make it even easier for Director Greed to take very, very good care of Newmarket. So we appreciate that. Any other discussion? Seeing none, if you could call the roll, please.
Council Gleisberg?
Aye.
Council Martinez?
Aye.
Council Dornbluth?
Aye.
Council Blackstone?
Aye.
Council Ward?
Aye.
Council Conley?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And with that, our next item is resolutions and ordinances in the first reading. In this evening, there is one. And that is Resolution 2024-2025-41, Library Feasibility Study. Whereas Article 16th of the 1989 municipal election established a capital reserve fund pursuant to RSA Chapter 35 for the future expansion and related renovations to the Newmarket Public Library. And whereas the trustees of the Newmarket Public Library have decided our facilities are not meeting the needs of the community as is, and therefore have hired the architectural firms of Lassell Architects to conduct an architectural study for the library. And whereas the trustees want the remaining work to be paid for with library capital reserve monies, and whereas the Library Capital Reserve Fund has a balance of $134,478.15 as of April 30th, 2025, now therefore be it resolved by the Newmarket Town Council that the Newmarket Town Council does hereby approve the expenditure of no more than $35,000 from the Library Capital Reserve Fund and authorizes the library trustees to expend those funds on the architectural feasibility study to be conducted by LaSalle Architects. Sponsored by Chair Conley by request, first reading May 21st, 2025. Okay, on to new business and correspondence. The first item is correspondence to the Town Council. Is there any correspondence to be read into the record this evening that you are aware of?
Not that I'm aware of.
Thank you so much. Okay, and closing comments by Town Councilors. Any comments this evening? Councilor Ward.
I just wanted to thank everyone who showed up for Newmarket Cemetery Day. We cleaned up all of Pickering Cemetery, and we had a really good turnout for our presentation at the end. So thank you all. Hopefully, the hope is to try to keep doing this every year. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilor Dornbluth, did you? No? Councilor Blackstone.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Lindsay. She gave a talk at the Turtle Fest Day, where she basically, and she came with her husband and her 3 little girls and gave a tutorial on civil engineering as applied to turtles. It was a very interesting talk.
That's awesome. Other comments? I also wanted to thank Councilor Ward for organizing the cemetery cleanup day. It was really well attended, as was the ceremony that in the evening. Appreciate everyone coming out from the town of Newmarket to just do something nice for the resting places of Newmarket citizens. And also, I wanted to give a very small shout out to the IT and media folks. There were several people that came to the cemetery cleanup day because they heard about it from reading the newsletter. So shout out, and I thought that was really lovely. Okay. Would any other counselor like the last word and comments this evening? All right. Our next meeting is June 4th, 2025. I will remind counselors that I emailed you the evaluation form for the town manager, with a reminder that we need to start that process, and I'll be asking for a non-public session to discuss at the June 4th meeting. And if there are no objections, at this time I will consider us adjourned.